All right, guys. So as you all know, it appears very obvious that we're in the midst of backsliding a lot of the progress that we once made. Just Trump getting elected a second time sort of guarantees that. So, but there are some issues where I'm sure many of you thought, myself included, oh, this one is like, put it to bed. It's done. This one's over. We've moved far enough where there ain't no going back on this issue. Not the case, right? Gay marriage. So now they're trying to roll back gay marriage. I mean, we saw this with Trump signed some executive orders his first day, which rolled back some basic civil rights protections, right? They claimed it was, we're getting rid of DEI. If you look at the specifics, they got rid of just basic anti-discrimination protections for federal contractors and subcontractors for when they hire. Now it's like they can discriminate as much as they want, and if they want all white people there, all straight white people, is totally fine, right? So that's one thing he rolled back. But now look at this. So this is Idaho Republicans are who this story is about. Lawmakers in Idaho on Monday called for the Supreme Court to undo Obergefell versus Hodges, the landmark 2015 ruling that declared the nationwide right to same-sex marriage. The Supreme Court's decision in 2022 that overturned Roe v. Wade, allowing states to ban abortion, raised concerns that other rights criticized by conservatives could be in jeopardy. Yeah, Roe v. Wade being overturned was really one of those moments where many people, myself included, went, oh, hold on now. That old argument, that old thing that we all seemingly believed, the arc of history is long, but it bends towards justice. I just don't believe that anymore. They straight up took away a right that people had for decades. They were just like, nah, we're done with that. So that was a slap in the face. That was like a cold shower. It was like, hold on. It actually doesn't necessarily bend towards justice. The arc of history can be long and it could bend in the wrong direction, right? That was a real wake-up call for many people. Obergefell was decided by a 5-4 vote, but since then, President Donald Trump's 3 appointees have cemented a 6-3 conservative majority on the nation's highest court. Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito, 2 conservative justices who dissented from the 2015 decision in Obergefell, have previously suggested the decision establishing a right to same-sex marriage should be reconsidered. So yes, in that decision overturning Roe v. Wade, there was a line from, I think it was Clarence Thomas, who was like, yeah, we should go look at that gay marriage thing again because I think we got that one wrong. Polling by Gallup shows that a majority of Americans continue to believe same-sex marriage is popular, 69%. That's really high. It was 71%. But they're going in the wrong direction when it comes to conservatives. We showed you there was one poll that had a majority of conservatives now against gay marriage when there was a time when they were for it. The Idaho House of Representatives voted to pass a resolution, House Joint Memorial 1, that calls on the Supreme Court to strike down Obergefell. All 9 House Democrats and 15 Republicans opposed the resolution, but the resolution still passed 46-24. So understand this, guys. A vote in the Idaho House of Representatives, they voted 46-24 to implore the Supreme Court, hey, get rid of gay marriage. We don't want gay marriage. Wow. So here's some of the arguments. Quote, since court rulings are not laws and only legislatures elected by the people may pass laws, Obergefell is an illegitimate overreach, the resolution says. The Idaho legislature calls upon the Supreme Court of the United States to reverse Obergefell and restore the natural definition of marriage, a union of one man and one woman. State Representative Heather Scott, a Republican who sponsored the measure, said during Monday's hearing, quote, the federal government does not have the authority to just create rights. Just because you may agree with their decision and how they define marriage as a right, I would ask you to substitute any other issue and ask yourself, do I want the federal government creating rights? And for us, for Idahoans, oh my God. Look at this. She's like, how dare the government create rights, bro? What does that mean? Oh, you'd like the people who you don't agree with and don't like, you'd like them to have no rights. I mean, that's such a sad admission. So what if the federal government redefined property rights or nationalized water rights? Based nationalized. Like what? It would be great if they nationalized rail. It'd be great if they nationalized oil. Like all those things would be good for the American people. Anyway, we don't need to go through any more of it, but you get the point here. This wasn't a guaranteed thing. Like it's not like, hey, we got gay marriage, everybody's going to move on. For a little bit, it looked like that. But no, there is a massive resurgence of reactionary belief. And they're getting more bold, and they are willing to overreach now, where even on something where 69% of the country supports gay marriage, gay rights, they're like, no, roll it back. We don't like it. We disagree with it. And also, I mean, I can't get through this segment without pointing out, hey, Idaho, you don't have any other problems to worry about? By the way, Idaho is like a white supremacist haven. Like a bunch of white supremacists have moved to rural Idaho, and that's, they're trying to like recreate their own little ethno state in Idaho. Maybe that helps explain why this is so bad, like why the numbers on this are so bad. But like, you don't have any other things to worry about? You don't want to, I don't know, fund rural internet or fix the roads or give people health care or like, I don't know, maybe something good for the people of Idaho? No. They're too busy being hateful and begging the Supreme Court to overturn gay marriage, which, by the way, I should also point out, we actually passed a law in 2022. There was the Respect for Marriage Act was passed, which means even if the Supreme Court overturns the right to gay marriage, it's still protected by law, but it's a little bit of a compromise bill, and like, certain religions don't have to like actually marry you, but you have the right to get married. So it's a little bit of a compromise bill, but Congress had to pass that because Roe v. Wade got overturned, and because there was a line in there about, hey, we should get rid of gay marriage again, too. And so that sort of spurred Congress, okay, I guess we got to act on this. But I actually think that makes it more likely that the Supreme Court will overturn the right to gay marriage. Because right now, equal protection under the law, that is interpreted as applying to gay people having the same right to get married. But now they might say, hey, forget it, we're going to throw that out. So the backsliding continues, y'all. The backsliding continues. And it's time to really force that pendulum back in the other direction, because we can't take much more of this nonsense. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.